So today on Is It Worth It, we'll be looking at this Tesla Model 3, and let me say it's long overdue. And yes, we're going to find out why it was voted the best-selling electric car, but also in 2021 it actually was the first electric car to hit 1 million units sold. So let's find out if it's worth your hard-earned cash. So Elon Musk, the founder of Tesla, who is of course an engineering pioneer, wanted to show people that electric cars weren't anything to be afraid of. They could actually be powerful. He first showed that off in 2008 with the Roadster. Obviously that did cost quite a pretty penny, but then he wanted to move that more into a more mass market. So he came out with a Tesla Model S, which was a luxury sedan. Then he wanted to appeal to the SUV market with the Tesla Model X, and now we've got the Tesla Model 3. Now this thing really was to reach out to the mass market on affordability, performance, range, and of course safety. And the numbers speak for themselves because it was first unveiled in 2016 at the Tesla show and actually had 325,000 reservations. A year later it was launched, and here we have the Tesla Model 3 performance. The Tesla Model 3's design was actually influenced with a lot of philosophy from Franz von Halshausen, and it's a minimalistic catering design, meaning things are quite minimalistic, they all serve a purpose, and there's nothing that's quite busy on the design, as you can see. I like the front rounded shape, and you can really imagine that piercing through the air because as an electric car, aerodynamics is quite a big part of that. Also, as you can see, the front creases on the side here just kind of slope towards the Tesla badge. I do like that. And also back in 2016, they got rid of the old black nose cone. Even with the sun on it in this white, you can see it's quite a clinical, clean design, and it bodes really well with the Tesla Model 3. So you do get an added space. Instead of it being an engine, of course the battery is on the floor, you do get an added space in the front, which is now called a frunk. Can you close that with that light? No, that's just a catch release system. But yeah, you've got a little bit of space in here, it's not huge. You've got some bolts there as well. But yeah, you've got your washer fluid on the top there. But yeah, it's not amazing, but it's definitely enough to put some gym bags, etc. in there, but it's added space, which is better than nothing really. So let's talk about the side profile and let's have a look at that simplified design. Firstly, you do have on the performance your Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tyres. And as you can see, the alloys are quite greyed out with this matte glossy look. It looks really nice actually, and you've got the red Tesla brake calipers and they're 21-inch alloys. So follow me around here. You've got a camera in the side here to show some views on the side, but it's marked with the Tesla logo with a chrome finish. Follow me around. The chrome and the white are all along here, and you've got quite a massive sort of chrome effect along the side of the car. A nice body crease down here. And do you know what? It looks quite sporty really. And because this is a performance trim, this is exactly what you want. It's sleek. It's almost like a slope back design. As this being the performance edition of the Model 3, we do have this carbon fiber fitted duct spoiler, and that just slopes right down to the end, and it looks really nice. You've got the Tesla badge here, and underneath here, I don't know if you can see that, you've got the reversing camera underneath there. To open it, it's just a little latch there. Weirdly though, it's not an electric tailgate. I would have thought it would be. It's odd. It's got everything else apart from that. It's not a huge inconvenience though. You do have the dual motor logo on the back here with some very nice looking LED wraparound lights at the back as well. You don't get a huge diffuser on this at the bottom. You've just got quite a small black plastic strip at the bottom. But again, as you can tell, the design folds at the round at the back just like it does at the front. So it's almost like a smooth pebble shape effect. I like that. So when you open the boot lid for the first time, you'll see the entrance to the boot as this kind of awkward shape really. It's not very orthodox. I mean, getting some items in could be a little complicated, but other than that, I feel Tesla do make up for it for how deep the boot is. I mean, it's all the way back here. Now they do have some tether ports, but you'd have to open them from the other side to then release the catches to obviously lower the passenger seat. Now down here in the sides, you do get some deep cubbies, but as you can see, because of the size of the wheels, the wheel arches do cut into some of your boot space. Now your cables, you're probably wondering where to put them. Tesla thought about that. You've actually got a very deep compartment pocket down here where you put all your charging cables in there, so it doesn't actually impede on your boot space to put items in. So with this being a Tesla, there's some little funky cool features. So first off, in case you are wondering where do you put your key, well, it's not here, I can tell you. You actually pop it here. There's a camera actually inside this pillar here, and you just pop your key onto the side and that opens the car. But because everything's streamlined with the Tesla, you then have to open the Tesla yourself with the hooks that open up. Now, coming alongside here, on the top, you've got a nice slope back rear design, but also a very big panoramic roof, so you can actually see inside, and we'll have a look at that as well. So there's 3 trims with the Tesla Model 3. You've got the standard range plus, then you have the long range, and also you've got the performance, which just gives a bit more power. And we've got the performance dual motor here. So let's take a quick look at the specs. This 20-plate Tesla Model 3 Performance, finished in pearl white, receives 20-inch alloy wheels with Pilot Sport 4S tyres and a carbon fibre rear dock spoiler. The Model 3 cabin trim highlights include a glass panoramic roof, a 15-inch touchscreen display with satellite navigation and Bluetooth, but remember, no Apple CarPlay or Android Auto support. You also get black heated leather seats with 360 reverse cameras and sensors. The performance model is equipped with all-wheel drive and dual motor setup, which means there is a separate motor for each axle, one powering the front and the other one powering the rear. The dual motor setup gives 449 brake horsepower and 406 Nm of torque, a 0 to 60 time in 3.3 seconds and a top speed of 162 miles per hour, and range up to 340 miles. Now, having a Tesla means you can take full advantage of Tesla's network of 150 kilowatt rapid charging stations, meaning you can charge to 80% in 20 minutes. Have a look at the camera. I mean, first of all, you've got this steering wheel, but it looks very plain, and it should be added some stuff here, but it isn't. You've just got the Tesla logo here with 2 little rolly buttons that you can use, and they obviously are for the volume key and for your tracks as well. Now, you don't get a heads-up display, you don't get a digital cluster, it's all on the 15-inch LCD display, which is like a giant iPad. But what is good though is your field of view. With that wraparound wind screen, you do get to see almost like the front fenders of the car, and it just gives you an idea of where it is. So in terms of visibility with the driver, it's actually pretty good, and you've got some quite comfortable seats which you can move up and down with electrics as well. Now let's talk about the main piece. It is of course the 15-inch LCD display. This is your home console for everything, and when I mean everything, I mean everything. Your glove box you have to use on here. There's no buttons. You can then open pretty much the boot, the bonnet, all from here. Your displays, your navigation. It's very well done, and it does feel easy to use. It's responsive, but just little things that you think you would be able to do with a button, you would have to use a screen, so just bear that in mind. Got this kind of wooden effect on the dash with a chrome lining across there. It feels quite natural, airy inside, but again, maybe just a little too clean and basic for the amount you pay for this car. In the middle here, you've got your fans, and you can feel it's dead cool. On the side here, it's kind of not soft, not hard plastic, but it's okay, sort of suede Alcantara, which does feel quite premium really. I do like the buttons on the side to release the doors. You've got a small button, you don't have a handle here. So you've got a button you just press here, and that opens up. But if that gets annoying, there's actually a safe mechanism. You hold down here, and that releases your door as well. Getting in and out of the car seems to be quite easy. It does seem quite airy, and it does help with this absolutely gigantic panoramic roof, which is split in the middle. So yeah, I do like that, and also that is tinted though, so the sun doesn't come peering down on you. In the middle though, this is where it starts to get a little bit divided. You've got leather here, it's quite tough leather in the middle, but you do have a lot of deep compartment spaces. So in the middle here, you can shove, you've got 12-volt socket in there, you can shove quite a lot of stuff in there. You've also got some rubber mat cup holders, so they don't move around. And in here, just a little bit overcomplicate it really. So this opens and closes, put your phone in there, but then that opens up again, and then you've got 2 USB ports here, and you've got some rubber mats down here. It's just the plasticky, it's just not the best design really. That's what the interior is like in the front of the Tesla Model 3. It's a mixed bag. I feel like the screen is perfect, but then the design around it just doesn't complement it as much as that would make out for it to be or be like. Well, remember this is a 5-door, so you should be able to see 3 passengers in the back comfortably. Let me check. Do you know what? Yes, and even that sloping roof, you are touching it a little bit by the middle passenger, and I'm nearly 6'2", and I'm barely just touching it, but for short journeys, it should be okay. Now, because the battery is low to the ground on this in the Tesla, obviously there's no transmission, so you've got a lot of space here as well, and you are slightly raised higher than your driver and front passenger. But in the middle, you've got your cup holders, no ski hatch into the back, so yeah, all in all, is quite comfortable. And you do have to bear in mind that you are literally looking at the sky. 2 USB ports for you to charge. You've got your air conditioning in the middle. There's no LCD trickery or anything. It's just quite basic in the back. What is really annoying and really could be so much better is, again, the build quality. I mean, look at this. Having to pay in the region of 40-50 grand for a car, you just wouldn't expect this. And this is hard plastic for your passengers. So if the obviously driver pulls his seats back, you then knock in that on your knee. So what's the Tesla Model 3 like to drive? Well, firstly, as mentioned, you do feel quite high up with the seating position, and obviously you can arrange that, but I do like the wrapped around windscreen. You can literally see the bottom of the bonnet and almost right at the bottom of the road, so you do get a really good sense of your visibility around the car. You get some pretty big wing mirrors as well to have a look from, and obviously you can change that on the console, and your rear view is actually pretty good as well. So the Model 3 here, we've got the performance variant. So this is the quickest top spec Model 3. Because it's an electric car, you do not have any lag at all. Instead, you just get instantaneous torque. Now, it can be quite breathtaking, and also a little bit too much for some people. So if I just put my foot down just a little bit, the acceleration is brilliant. You can have some really good fun with this car. Obviously, if you keep doing that, it's going to drain your battery, but what is good is the battery size. It's a 76 kilowatt battery, and that's really big. Some of the niggles I've got with the car just seem to be quite small gripes with the cabin, but to be honest, they can be big gripes because of the amount of money you pay. Now, in terms of riding comfort, it's actually pretty good. It's quite placid when you put it into chill mode, which you can do on the screen here. So if you do want to play around with the specs, so you can do it, and this car can be aggressive, you can do whatever you want with it, and it's a lot of fun. But if you just want it to be placid, just get you around London, which you see many Teslas nowadays, it's fine, and it will do your job. Will get you from A to B with no issues. A lot of cars these days on the entertainment front, you would just potentially plug in Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. But with this, you're kind of forced to take this setup that Tesla have. And to be honest, you don't feel any sort of disadvantage. You've got everything you need. You've even got YouTube on there. You can watch some films on Netflix when you're charging your car. You can also play games, so you can set this up as a home console. So Tesla do take safety quite seriously. Not only is this quite a safe car with all the Teslas they do, you do get a lot of visuals, even cars in front with the sensors on board. It can sense cars, and you'll even get a 3D object to the cars in front. You do get a little bit of road noise, but do you know what? It's not that bad. I've been in other electric cars and it's been way worse. Sometimes I've been in non-electric cars that are way worse than this, so I'm quite impressed with this, really impressed. That is insane. The Tesla does come with a lot of updates over air that you can then implement later on down the road with your software updates, and that also accumulates into the different driving modes you get. We've put it into sport now, and you can definitely tell it does make quite a big difference actually to the standard mode. It just stiffens the suspension very slightly, and also your steering's a lot stiffer as well, adding to that sportier feel. Now, this is the Tesla dual motor. You can get this in the single motor form, but you've got the battery the motor driving the front and the back wheels. This is the all-wheel drive version, so when you put your foot down, you can hear the battery whining. Will make like a little eerie noise, which is cool because you can feel like something's working behind you, and it's very effective and it's very powerful. That's incredible, that. You don't get much body roll because of the chassis, the way it's built. It just seems quite stable. It doesn't feel particularly agile. I wouldn't like to go around a lot of corners very fast. You would need to put your brakes on and then turn in. Also, you can set the type of regenerative braking and how much you want that to affect your driving. So you can have it where it's quite strong, and when you lift your foot off the brake, it almost feels like there's someone else braking with you. It's pretty cool. And then obviously you can have that quite loose where it just lets the car roll to a standstill. So a big shout out to CARTIME in Rochdale for letting us review this Tesla Model 3. If you are interested and would like to know more, please check out www.cartime.co.uk, and links will be left in the description below. Well, let's wrap up this video review of the Tesla Model 3. Yes, this Model 3 is the most affordable way to Tesla ownership. Has it delivered on Elon Musk's promise to the mass market? Does it bring the performance? Well, yes, definitely, with that astonishing acceleration. Does it bring the safety? Well, yes, it does. Does it bring the range? Yes, it does on the long range edition. However, the cost and affordability, yes, it's affordable, but the cabin quality, I just feel, is the massive downside with the Tesla, and the issues that can be solved quite easily. So, Elon, I hope on the next Model 3 you can do something with the cabin quality. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Most importantly, though, we'd like to know what you think of the Tesla Model 3. Are you thinking of getting one? If you've heard someone that's got one, what do they think of it? Let us know in the comments below. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Stay tuned. We look forward to seeing you on the next video on Is It Worth It?